Hi, I'm Rach from MBUK.
And I'm Julia from MBUK.
And we're here at BikePark Wales for their Women's Day, which is a chance to meet like-minded riders and shred the park.
Stick around because we're going to be checking out some awesome bikes being ridden here today to find out what is the best bike to tackle BikePark Wales on.
So let's go and sign on. We're all signed on, but before we do, let's see what Julia's riding for the day. So what have you got here today, Julia?
This is a Merida 160-700, the flamboyant copper long-termer for this year.
How long have you had the bike?
Since January. So it's a pretty hefty bike, so I've been kind of changing parts to solve that problem.
What sort of parts have you changed so far?
What have I not changed? I've got a little list for you. It's coming. First thing I changed was a carbon back wheel as well as a lighter cassette. I also put like more of a trail tyre because it used to be like a double down casing, which yeah, is hell of a heavy
hefty.
And sluggish. I also changed the cranks for lighter ones and a bit shorter for my tiny legs. Also forks that are matching my outfit perfectly. So they're slightly lighter and a bit more tunable for my weight.
Did you get these specially tuned for you?
Not yet, no. So I think at the moment I don't use it for travel. So it's next on the list to really have the
fine tune it for you.
Yeah, that's the problem of being a small rider. You just have to get your forks tuned often. And then last bit is the lift saddle that just fit. So it's going to be its first day on it, really.
Nice.
We'll see
how that goes. So you've changed your saddle. What about your other contact points, your pedals?
Unfortunately, Rachel, we are still on flat pedals. Last year I tried clipless. It hasn't gone well.
Back to flats.
Yes. The DMR Volt are my favourite pedals so far. Maybe clipless one day.
So what about your grips? Are they the same that came on the bike?
No, I'm pretty sure I updated them to fit my little raccoon hands. The one originally fitted were a bit too thick, so I've got a better hold.
So why do you think this is a good bike for BikePark Wales?
Well, plenty of travel, although I said I didn't set up my forks perfectly at the moment. But yeah, we're on 170, so my main issue with the bike is on the climbing, but very comfortable to go down with, I think. Thanks for the assisted uplift.
So, uplift day.
Exactly.
Perfect. So what's your favourite trail here at BikePark Wales?
There are so many, but I like Routes of Manoeuvre or Vicious Valley. It's my favourite.
Good options.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's stop chatting and head out onto the trails.
Absolutely. So we're back down at the centre to have a look at this mad machine that Rachel brought at the park. XC, really?
Yeah, XC bikes are amazing anywhere, even at bike parks. Yeah, so this is the Orbea Oith, which is a 120 travel, front and back XC bike. I've only made a few changes for coming to the bike park. Bigger tyres on, so I've got a dissector on the front and aggressor on the back rather than XC tyres.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's just given me a little bit more grip and confidence. And I've also gone back to flat pedals.
Oh, have you? I was expecting the clipless.
So I'm pretty confident in clipless right now, but yeah, gone back to the flats just for a bit of confidence and
cool.
Hitting the rougher stuff.
How are you feeling on the bike so far?
Yeah, amazing. I love it. Yeah, it'd be nice sometimes to have a little bit more squish on these trails, but it can handle it well, and I ride conservatively anyway, so precision riding. Yeah, it's great.
How long have you had the bike for now?
So I've actually had it since November. So I got it to do some stage races in sunny Menorca.
Wow.
So yeah, I've had it quite some time. So I've got the saddle I've changed, which is the Sella Italia SLR. It's just got a big cutout in the middle, which I quite like. Yeah, just for comfort on the long pedally rides that I love.
Shall we talk about this very strange grip you've got on?
Yeah, so these are the ESI foam grips. So they're just really comfy for XC racing, really. Yeah, I do change the grips around depending on what riding I'm doing, but I have a race tomorrow, so it's ready to hit the racetrack.
Full on weekend for you then.
Absolutely.
What trails keep you coming back to BikePark Wales then?
Well, I really like Vicious Valley, as you do.
Classic.
So, yeah, and also Hot Stepper. It's interesting, and it might be even more interesting on this bike when we do it later on.
Entertaining for sure.
Yeah.
I would offer a bike swap, but like Charles Sands and Tall Lady, that's not going to work.
Yeah, it might be a bit tricky.
All right, we're here with Shawnee, the founder of Shred Like a Girl. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your brand?
Yeah, so originally from Australia, I've been riding for about 5 years.
Nice.
And there were a lot of women complaining on Facebook mostly, saying that there's no women's mountain bike clothing that fit. And
really?
Yeah, and they were all like ugly colours, or like brands would make them like men's clothing and then kind of just say it's now women's clothing and like by making it pink or whatever. So I was like, well, I've got all this time, I've got this money saved and a problem that I would like to address. So
really
yeah,
cool.
I just thought I would start the brand. So started it in February 2021 is when I launched. And then at the end of that year I moved to the UK. So I'm here now and I've just brought the brand with me.
So what does the CEO of Shred Like a Girl ride today?
So this is my Propain Tyee. I've had it for about 1.5 years now and I absolutely love it.
How much travel do you have on your bike?
So I've got 170 front and rear. When I first got the bike, I hadn't actually ridden a Propain before. I'd never demoed one. And honestly, for the first month, I was like, what have I done? This is awful. And it just didn't feel good. And then I got it set up. So I went to RSR Bike Works and he showed me how everything works and then just set it up properly for me. I loved it ever since that. That's all I needed, to set it up properly.
I definitely can relate of like suspension not working quite well for myself. So yeah, fair enough. Any custom part on your bike?
Yeah, so well, for starters, I got to pick the colour. Propain lets you pick the colour and the sticker colour. Big fan.
Nice.
I've got my Shred Like a Girl mudguard, very important. But I think the most important thing is the seat. So I've had this saddle for years now and it's kind of the only saddle that I'll ride.
Oh, really?
It's a specialised Mimic. I used to have like pain in my legs and things when I was climbing, and I got this and it's perfect. Yeah, love it.
Nice. Anything else on the contact points? So what are your pedals?
My pedals are, I think they're HT Supremes. They used to be oil slick, but not so much anymore. Yeah, I've had them longer than the bike, like since I started riding.
Matching grips as well?
Yeah. They're Diety, not even sure, Diety?
No, don't ask me
Maybe
that.
someone check that. Yeah.
Nice. So that's your contact point. Well, how about your tyres? Did you pick them?
Yeah, sure did. So I've got Magic Marys on the front and a Big Betty on the back. I used to always run Maxxis in Australia, but since being in the UK, I just prefer these so much better. I think they're just, the ground here I guess is different. Perfect for grip.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is this your first time at a women's social?
No, it's not. I've been to a few at BikePark Wales now, including the huge one that they had at the end of last year. It gets women that maybe have been intimidated by coming to a bike park. It gets them to come sometimes on their own, sometimes with more confident friends who have been before. So it's just really good for getting variable, like different abilities together to come ride.
I'm here with Sarah, the Content and Marketing Manager here at BikePark Wales. And what are you riding here today?
This is my Trek Rail 9.8.
Nice. And how long have you had this bike?
Probably about a month or so. Still very, very new.
It does look very shiny.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely
underneath
not.
the mud. Is this your first e-bike?
First ever e-bike, yes.
Right.
I've been that person that's been like, no, I don't need an e-bike. And now I've got one, I can't imagine my life without
it. Nice. So have you made any changes to this bike since you bought it?
The main difference is that I now have SRAM's Maven brakes on it, which I have to say are just astounding. They're amazing. With the heaviness of the bike, the brakes just work so good. I love that feeling of knowing I can stop even though I have that weight behind me.
Yeah.
And so they've been fantastic. I think that's the only thing I've changed, to be honest, actually. I put some BergTech grips on it, but apart from that, and I put WTB tyres on, which is what I run on all my other bikes, and my WTB saddle, which again, the Volt I just get on really well with. I'm a bit of a stickler for a good, comfortable saddle.
Yeah.
And so once I'm used to something, I'm like, that's on everything now.
Any changes that you want to make, or are you pretty happy with the setup?
Yeah, I think at the moment I'm quite happy. It's the sort of thing I might start thinking about stem length possibly, because the reach of this is ever so slightly smaller than my Slash.
Okay.
And so, you know, I'm just kind of figuring out if I need to change anything, but at the moment it rides beautifully. So I'm kind of like, think I'm probably good with it.
Yeah. What sort of riding are you hoping to get done on this bike then?
Everything. I think that's what I was a bit concerned about, riding steep stuff on it because of the weight, and that it would feel like I was just barreling down stuff. But I rode at Diaries the other day, and that's probably some of the steepest stuff I've ever done, and it felt so good going down there. It's just opening so much more up to me, because I can go out in the evening and blast out 10 laps when actually I could have just done 2 or something. And so I think it's going to take my riding up a notch. Hopefully, that's what I'm telling myself. I'm like, it will take my riding up a notch.
It's a sign of a good bike if it makes you want to get out and ride more and more.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I know people told me it would change my life, but now I have it, I am like, no, that is a game changer. It's always a bit of a concern, isn't it, with a new bike, that you don't know how you're going to feel on it, especially when it's going to feel so different to a standard bike. But it's been, so much better than I could have expected.
Cool.
Also, this bike came with Axis T-Type, so I've got fancy electric gears which make a nice little noise when I kind of go up and down with it, which is kind of hard to get used to actually originally. And I hear a little noise.
Nice. And that works nice and smoothly.
I love it. Yeah. It's been great.
So have you got any highlights of this particular bike?
This bike, obviously the battery, because that's what makes it go, which is why I love it.
So what's your favourite trail here at BikePark Wales?
I would say that riding the e-bike, my favourite trail is Vicious Valley. It's got the right amount of flow, right amount of tech, and yeah, it's just good fun.
Well, thanks for that, Sarah. I guess we better get out and do some more riding, eh?
Do some more riding, yeah.
I'm here with Tracie, an ambassador for BikePark Wales, and I see you've got a Trek here. What Trek are you riding today?
So this is the Trek Fuel EXE. It's what's known as a mid-assist lightweight bike.
Have you made any changes?
I have indeed. I have had a lovely wrap put on by a company called Essential Wraps in Bristol. Did me a name tag, which is Elvis. So I like to name my bikes.
And why have you gone with Elvis for this bike?
Because Elvis just loved to rock and roll, and that's exactly what you do at BikePark Wales. Lots of fun.
Perfectly named.
Thank you.
Cool, and I see you've got some nice chunky Continental tyres for...
Yes, I do indeed, yeah.
Oh, it's a very colour coordinated bike.
That was accidental. I didn't know that the Contis were matching my bike, but I am pleased. Every component in the bike, it's been so impressive and blown me away. It's my third bike. It's just smooth. Everything about it is really good, top quality.
So how much suspension have you got on this bike, Tracie?
Oh, so on Elvis there is 150, 140, and it's less travel than what I'm used to on my other bike, but I realised it is a perfect sweet spot. Yeah.
24. BikePark Wales.
For BikePark Wales, trail centres, and enough for my ability of riding.
Cool.
Yeah.
And are there any changes you'd like to make to this bike?
I would possibly change my pedals. I've got the Bertec basic ones, I think. They're still good, there's nothing wrong with them. But Bertec have brought a new pair called the Penthouse out, and I just think it partners lovely with Elvis.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
On the topic of pedals, what about the rest of your contact points? So what saddle have you got on there?
Oh, this saddle is comfortable. It's really comfortable. It's the Bonti, I believe.
Varda, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, very comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't change that. I'd keep that.
that.
That's nothing I would change.
Perfect. And what about your grips?
My grips are Bertec as well. Yeah, Bertec, I've got the slim ones as well, and they last quite well. Some people's wears down quite quickly. I don't have that problem.
So Tracie, what's your highlights about this bike? Your favourite bits?
Oh, my favourite bit. I mean, I would be expected to say the T-type because it's really good, and the drop push, but it's not. It's actually the airways, because it tells you the pressures on my tyres, and to be honest with you, I'm rubbish at pumping up tyres. So.
And we're here at BikePark Wales, obviously. So what is your favourite trail here?
My favourite trail would be Hot Stepper. it's a difficult question to answer. I like all the trails.
There's so
I
many
really
good
do.
ones here,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
Perfect. Well, I guess we should go out and ride some of them, yeah?
That would be great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you.
So there you have it. Some great bikes, but what did we learn? Ultimately, BikePark Wales has a variety of trails for all riders' ability and preferences. Whether you like smooth, fast trails with jumps or off-road downhill gnar.
Which bike is best for your park session? Comes down to what kind of trails you like to ride.
If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe for more.
Want to find out if pro rider Harriet Hondon can use a hardtail to beat a punter on a full sus? Click here.
Click here. Click here? Click here.
You were right the last time.